All right. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is April 28th to be accurate and up to date. We're going to see if this works today because, it has told me in StreamYard that they're having a problem with Facebook connecting to my streaming software. So we'll see if this actually works. We'll also see if this records. So this will be a good test because it said it was also cutting off streams early. So we will wait and see. And I'm going to stall here a little bit and see if I get anybody to tell me that they can actually see and hear me before I continue to talk to myself. It looks like Ruth is with us. Says good morning. What's up, Ruth? Good to see you. So today, if you are here and you're listening to this, today I am going to be talking about our recent, really cool case study that is really starting to ramp up. And I mean traffic-wise. Monetization-wise, still trying to figure that piece out. We're working on it, and things are starting to open up right now for us. So really excited about that. But yeah, we crossed 60,000 page views on one of our case study sites. The other case study site is right around 42 to 43,000. And actually, this one here that I decided to talk about is actually about 64,000 now. So since the time that I decided to do this, which was like a few days ago, we've already, that's already increased to 64,000. So it'll probably increase a little bit more before the end of the month. I'm going last 30 and here we are at the 28th. So there's not a full day in this month. So it's going back a couple more days that we're on the beginning of the month. No, the end of March. We're in April. Yes. So yeah, it's a little bit back into that month or the last part of that month. But the cool thing is it was a little bit lower on numbers. So we're averaging about 23 to 2,800 page views a day, which is pretty awesome. We're increasing our email opens, or I'm sorry, our email opt-ins. We're getting more there. We're getting more impressions for our ads. We're getting more people to see our affiliate offers. So everything is starting to really ramp up, which is really cool. Looks like Noel's here. What's up, Noel? Good morning to you. Works for you. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So it looks like we got a handful of you guys on. And I'm also curious, are you watching this in the group or are you watching this on the page? And the reason why I'm saying that is because, again, I'm trying to troubleshoot this Facebook thing, which we had a little bit of a warning that it wasn't streaming. So we'll see. This is going to turn into a podcast anyway. So regardless if there's one person, 7 people, 10 people, 100 people, doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and go through this as if it was a live podcast. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get my notes up. I'm probably going to be bouncing back and forth. You guys won't see me do this, but I'm going to be reading off of some of the analytics. So this way I can give you some accurate numbers. What's up, Alejandro? Okay, so there's actually 3 things that I'm going to be covering here today. I'm going to also disclose the number of posts that we've created for this brand so far. And I'm going to give you, like I said, there's 3 pieces to this on how we were able to get to 60,000 website visitors or page views. All right. And some of you might be wondering too, we talk about page views a lot. We talk about sessions. We talk about, unique visitors and all of that stuff. Usually the ad networks are looking for page views, but we just submitted an application to Mediavine and they want sessions. And the reason why they want sessions is because it's more of a person coming there versus one person going there and viewing 3 pages. That counts as individual pages and page views. I like page views. I don't care because that means someone's on my site longer. And that means that they're potentially going to buy something or they're going to click on something or they're going to count as an impression, which will equal more revenue for the business because you're getting paid for the ad networks. So if you are watching this or listening to this as well, and you're in Brand Creators Academy, I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive here on this. I know we had an issue with our recording this past week on our call. I'm going to do a recap of that, and this will be part of it. So I'll give you guys the actual posts and stuff that are driving a lot of the traffic, which is really cool though, because out of these posts, there's not like one outlier that's driving all this traffic, which that's kind of like it's cool to have a post that goes like viral, but it's not as far as if you're looking at like diversification. So we're not seeing that. We're seeing a very large spread, which is really cool. And inside Brand Creators Academy, I'm going to show you guys all those posts. If you're not in Brand Creators Academy and you want to become part of our community and part of our group, we are going to be opening up privately by application. Anyone that has submitted an application will get a private invite. We're going to be doing that on May 5th. And I believe we're going to keep it maybe for 4 or 5 days. So if you're interested in joining us and you want a private invite, go to brandcreatorsacademy.com. And I wonder if I can throw up this banner. Let's see here. Oh, and also, guys, have you guys been liking the Monday Mindsets? Let me know. Give me a yes, I like Monday Mindsets, or no, I'd prefer you do something else. Let me know. Let's see here. Okay, there it is. brandcreatorsacademy.com. If you go there, you'll see a page with all the details. You'll hear from some of our members. You can go ahead and click that button and fill out a very short, it's like a little survey application thing. It'll take you about 3 minutes. And then that way there, you will get a private invite, or we're going to look at the applications to make sure if there's something that's just not 100% right, or you're not ready yet, we'll let you know that as well. So that's that. All right. So let's go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Let's see. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good one, Salma. You just reminded me I should do that one. Will you be doing a coffee talk on why you did not buy a website? Yes, I will. I'm going to make a note of that right now because I love that topic. And yes, I'm going to share with you why I decided not to buy that one website, which kind of stinks because I really wanted to. But there was one thing that stuck out. Yeah, Chantel, it's 60,000 page views in 30 days. You need that magic. It's not something that happens overnight. So that's the one thing I will disclose here. Sessions, that's going to take so much longer to reach for Mediavine threshold. My page views are 4,000 higher than my sessions. Yeah, and that's okay, Ruth. We're still playing with Ezoic. Ezoic might be, that in between. We are doing it right now. Our page view cost per 1,000 is not that great. We are playing around with the premium network. So we're going to test them both, but you do have 10,000 page views to look forward to for Ezoic. And we did notice a speed improvement by using their speed booster thingy, but we'll be sharing that inside the Academy as well. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and officially kick this off. All right, here we go. All right. Well, today I'm going to be sharing with you a really, really cool milestone that we finally hit. And it's been a little while to get there, but I'm going to walk you through how we were able to hit 60,000 plus. Actually, right now, the time of me recording this is just over 64,000 page views to our website. All right. In 30 days. Now, little disclaimer. Okay. This is not something that we just went ahead and, said, you know what, we went ahead and did this, content thing, and we built out this stuff, and, we got this traffic overnight. That is not the case at all. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there. Totally not the case. This is not an overnight, success story. But I wanted to kind of paint the picture and kind of show you exactly what it took to get there. And there's really not a lot of components. There's really not. There is focus, there is consistency, and there is a strategy. Okay. And it's exactly what we follow to a T. All right. So let's kind of dig in here. Now, right now, like I said, let me give you the exact number. And if you guys are listening, I'm just going to go ahead and jump over to my analytics. So right now, we have gotten in the last 30 days, okay, 64,923 page views. Unique page views, meaning a visitor, is 58,721. Average time on page is 3 minutes and 39 seconds. which is phenomenal. And we'll take that. Okay, we'll take that. So almost 65,000. Now I bet by the end of the month. So basically, this is the last 30, and the time that I'm recording this is at the end of April. So depending on when you're listening to this, it doesn't really matter. But we're going back in the 30-day period. If I go back in the beginning of this 30-day period, my page views were around 1,518, then 1,540. 1,520. So I'm going day by day, 1,600. And then it started going up on the weekend. We had a 2,200 on a Monday. Then it dropped again to 1,800. So it was hovering around 15 to 1,800, a couple of high spots, a couple of low spots, but pretty much on the average. But then now our low is like 2,400. So at the time of recording this, we had a high on the weekend of 2,754 page views in one day. Right? So this is growing. It's actually going to be higher than this. And I'm going to guess this is probably going to be closer to 70,000 page views, which is awesome. 30 more thousand we get to AdThrive. All right. Now, if you guys are listening and you're like, what's AdThrive? It's a premium ad network that a lot of people want to get on because they have really, really good, what they call RPMs. It's your cost per thousand. So they're going to pay you so much per thousand visitors. Okay. And when you get to that level, and we've had sites, actually we had one site, I've got a friend that has a site on it as well, but I had one site personally that was on the AdThrive, and it was getting anywheres from at the low point, $15 and 1,000. So basically every 1,000 visitors, you get $15, and then as high as $28, $30. So it can have a big swing, but for the most part, that one was doing over $20 per 1,000. So you do the math there, right? We were generating anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 per month on just ad revenue from AdThrive. So it's got a really good ad network. Now, Mediavine is the one below that. That's the one that we're applying to get on right now. They require 50,000 sessions, not page views. It used to be 25,000 page views. They've then upped it to 50,000 sessions, which is more like 60,000 page views. And the reason why is because they have a premium network as well, and they want to get rid of anyone that doesn't have a site that has good authority, that has good content. So they're doing it for that reason. The one below that is Ezoic, and we are running Ezoic right now. We've had, ups and downs with Ezoic. We're still trying to figure out Ezoic, but Ezoic is just okay in my book. We are going to probably do a full comparison of Ezoic, Mediavine, and once we get on AdThrive, and we'll probably test all three. But the reason why I'm sharing that is because this is exciting when you get to this point. But you probably want to know, Scott, okay, that's all great, but how did you get to the 60,000? How did you get to have that many visitors? And I'm going to share that with you. All right. So let me break it down. There's actually 3 different parts to this. All right. And the one thing I want you to understand and realize is you cannot overcomplicate this. And what I mean by that is you're going to probably listen to people out there that say, okay, you want to create a website that gets traffic. You need to have all of this SEO stuff going on, this search engine optimization, for those of you that don't understand what that is. And that's totally fine. I didn't either years ago. Search engine optimization. So you got to do all this stuff. You got to do backlinking. We didn't do any of that. Okay. So I'm here to tell you, we did none of that. All we did was publish content on a regular basis that did this right here. It answered questions, it did some how-tos, and it talked about products that people are searching for. That is it, okay? And really, I would say, I'd have to go and look, 70% of the content is probably questions. Can you catch bass with worms? Question. That's it. And you might say, Scott, how do you write an article with enough content for even it to show up in search engines, in Google? There's a lot you can do. And we actually go through this in our content creation workshop that we did. You can go through that by heading on over to launchyourcontent.com. We actually created an article, a post for one of our sites. We showed exactly how we found the keyword, and then from there, how we created the content, and we published it. And that piece of content is ranking now on page 1, which is crazy. But it's the exact process we've done here. So the other question you're probably asking is, Scott, how many posts do you have? This site right here now has 287 posts. You might say, oh my gosh, Scott, that's so many. But it's been steady over the past almost 2 years now. I think in July, it'll be 2 years. Okay. So this is a long-term play. Okay. It's a long-term play. Now, are there other ways that you can monetize before this? Yes. Did we? Not really. We were doing it more as how do we build content? How do we get steady traffic? And then how do we start to kind of intertwine the monetization? And that's what we're working on now, is more of the monetization side. But if you're doing this because you want to bring more awareness to your products that you sell right now, this is a great strategy, but it does take time. And I like to tell people you need to wait at least 6 months before a piece of content can even start to drive traffic, right? Now, the thing is the first 6 months is the hardest. Here's why. You're creating content and then you're refreshing your analytics and you're like, oh my gosh, there's zero. There's no one looking at my stuff. But you have to keep publishing, because in 6 months, that content could be ranking. And now you're creating new content at that 6 month mark. And now in 6 months, that stuff will be ranking. Now, that's just kind of like one of those things that we kind of throw out there, 6 to 8 months. It could be sooner. We've had articles that rank within 4 weeks, 3 weeks. But as your site gets more authority, you're going to probably go after bigger keywords, and it's probably going to still rank a little bit faster because you have a website that has been proven within Google, and you've kind of established that credibility and that domain authority, as they call it. But the basics here, guys, is this. And I've got 3 things here that we've done consistently. All right. So number 1 is publish content on a regular basis. Now, in the beginning, we went a little crazy and we were posting 4 pieces of content per week. Okay. So that's 16 posts. And we didn't do that for that long. We did it for probably around 2 months. And then we backed off, and then we went to 2 posts per week. And right now we are doing anywhere from 2 to 1, depending on the case study brands that we're working on. We have 2 of them that we're working on. And I believe we're doing 2 on this one right here and 1 on the other. But we're at the point now where we could probably back off a little bit, do only 1 post per week, 4 new ones a month, and probably be okay. But the way I look at it is it's kind of working, right? So why not keep adding, as long as we're not running out of things to create about. Now, depending on the niche that you're in, that could happen. And you might have to start kind of going a little bit wider or, into other sub niches. We're not going to get into that today. Our niche, we can pretty much go in all different directions. And there's a ton of questions that we can continue to keep answering. And we can sub niche down even a little bit further into different areas if we want to, and we may. But that is the basics, okay? And 287 posts consistently over the past, like I said, 18 to 20 months. And it's patience, all right? Patience, and just keep producing, all right? So that's step number 1, question-based posts, how-to, and product-based posts, okay? The second piece here that we've been doing is sending a weekly email to our list. You guys know I'm a big fan of building an email list, not just to sell product, but to send them new content that you create on a regular basis. All right. And what you do now is you create that piece of content. And if you're creating 4 pieces of content, you're like, well, which one do I send them? The one that you think makes the most sense. You might have one that's a question that you're like, maybe this doesn't make sense to send to my list. Then don't send it. Okay. So what we always do is we'll pick the one that we feel is best suited for our email list. Maybe a question, maybe it's a how-to, or maybe it's, hey, winter's coming. Here's 5 tips to catch more bass in the winter, right? So things like that. But consistently sending emails on a weekly basis is giving us a little nice steady stream of traffic going over to the website, and also now a potential for more people to buy our stuff through the affiliate links or buy our ebook. So every single time we send an email now, we're able to put in the PS, we'll usually put a link to our ebook. Okay. So it's another way to start also bringing the awareness to our ebook that we have created for this brand. So that's like step 2. So number 1, create the content. Step 2, build that email list and send emails on a regular basis. So again, if I'm starting from scratch, those are the two pieces that I'm doing right away. I'm building the list and I'm sending content to them, right? And I'm putting content on a website that can get indexed by Google and start sending traffic over. All right. And then the third piece here is the amplification. All right. And we covered this in the Launch Your Content little workshop that we did. Again, if you want to go there, launchyourcontent.com, you can get access to that. We did a 7-day content creation challenge. You can go through it as if you're going through it live, and we'll walk you through exactly how to come up with your topics and then how to write the content and then how to publish it, optimize it, exactly what we've done here to a T. But the amplification, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. One of the ways is Pinterest. And Pinterest is driving some really nice traffic for us right now. In the last 30 days, let me go back. I'm going to go back now on the fly. So bear with me. I'm going to do this live so you guys can understand what it looks like. So Pinterest traffic alone for the past 30 days, and that's that same time frame, is 7,929 visitors. So, okay, you got Google organic traffic, and now we've got some traffic that's coming from Pinterest, which is also a search engine, by the way, because we are putting our content and making pins that talk about the content that we're creating. So every single blog post that we create pinnable images, we put it on Pinterest, we put it on our boards, rinse and repeat. It's just our process. And because of that, we're now getting, we got almost 8,000. Well, we had 8,894 sessions, and we had 7,929 users. So the sessions alone are almost 9,000 just from Pinterest. So that's pretty cool. All right. And we're averaging on that right now. Let me look more current here. 350 people a day from Pinterest coming over there. Again, didn't happen overnight. All right. So that's what we're doing with that. So let's just, again, recap here real quick. All right. What does this look like? Number one, publish content on a regular basis on a specific niche, by the way. All right. It needs to be in a niche. All right. And you got to get specific on that. Again, I use the bass fishing, like how to catch more bass in a pond, how to catch more bass in a lake. Can you catch bass with worms? Can you catch bass with minnows? Can you catch bass with spinnerbait? There's your questions, right? We just boom, boom, boom. We just keep going. Listen to what I just did there. Boom, 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 boom. You ever do that? Makes no sense. Anyway, back to what I was recapping here. So publish content on a regular basis, be patient. But in the meantime, build that list and send weekly emails to your content. And then third, start promoting it other places. And in this case, we're using Pinterest again. So that's exactly the process. That's what I would do right now if I was starting it from scratch. That's what we teach inside of Brand Creators Academy. And once you do this, you're going to start building a traffic source, a traffic channel that you own and control. And here's the cool thing. If you get that traffic, you're going to start building your list for free as well, because now we have a pop-up on our website that we're getting anywhere from 10 to 25 new email addresses every single day for free, by the way, and they're very targeted. So we're getting that. And now we're also getting more activity on our affiliate products that we're promoting. We also now have the opportunity to sell our ebook, and we're also able now to go into a premium ad network. So with that all being said, we are creating a piece of real estate. We're creating a piece of real estate that can generate $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, whatever we can get it to by monetizing it, we will get it to. But here's the cool thing. We can also sell this piece of real estate once we get it to a certain level. So a perfect example, if I said, okay, this thing has, 60,000 page views, it's making, $1,000 a month. I have an email list that's engaged. I have some digital products. I have follow-up sequences, and we want to sell this thing. Let's say it's making 1,000, that's 12,000, 36,000. We could probably sell it for $45,000 to $50,000, right? Now, I've got money invested in this site. I didn't write all those posts. Now, you could write all those posts, and it could be pretty much the only thing you've paid for then is hosting and your email provider, right? But if you created this content, it could cost you, $10,000 to build a site out like this. But if you build a site out like this and you get it to a point where it's only making $1,000 a month and you sell it for 45 or 50, that's a pretty good return, right? But the cool thing is if you start making the 1,000, there's a pretty good chance you can get it to 2,000. Then guess what? You could sell it for double that, right? And if you get it to 3,000, guess what? You can triple that. So that's the cool thing about this that I really love, is that you're building a piece of online real estate that is worth something. It could be a rental property for you in a sense, to where you build this thing, you get a client that comes in or someone that rents it, and then they pay you month after month after month, and you can kind of back off. So that's the really, really cool thing about this. So I'll be giving you guys more updates on this. If you're inside Brand Creators Academy and you're listening to this, I'm going to do a deep dive showing you all of the content that's ranking, what's driving the most traffic, which actually it's pretty cool because I looked at the top 100 posts and there's probably 5 or 6 of them that are getting anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 visitors per month. All the other ones are like 500 here, 200 here, 150 here, 375 here. And that's the cool thing. All of these pieces of content are driving traffic, whether it's 100 visitors a month or whether it's 1,000 visitors a month or 3,000 visitors a month. It's really diversified. And that's also something that an investor would look at. And it's also for us more security, because now we know we're not just relying on one piece of content. So again, if you want help with this, a couple different resources, launchyourcontent.com. That you can go through the exact process that we've used to build this site. That's number one. Number two, if you want to just jump in and have help on a regular basis and have access to all of our trainings, you'd have access to the content creation challenge, the email list building fast track, the digital product creation. All of our workshops are inside of Brand Creators Academy. If you're interested in joining us, you will have to fill out a short little application. It's like a little survey. And then from there, we will be sending out private invites. So again, brandcreatorsacademy.com if you're interested in joining our private community. All right, so that's it. That's going to wrap this up. That's exactly how we were able to do this. And actually, we have another site that we're working on that we've done this as well. And we're over 42,000 page views on that one. So it's working in a different niche. It works. This stuff works, but it takes time. It takes consistency. And you just got to show up and do the work. All right. So hopefully this helped you. Hopefully it inspired you. If you have any questions, catch us over in the Facebook group. And as always, take care, take action. I'll talk to you soon. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up that portion of it. And I did lose one connection. It looks like I lost it in the BAL Live group. So, all right. But it looks like we still are here. We have a handful of people still on. So let's go ahead. I'll stay for about 10 minutes. We'll do some Q&A. What's up, Scooby Life? Let's see. Enjoy the Monday mindset. Cool. Okay, good. All right, here we go. Okay, Scooby Life. Yes, I like Monday mindset. Gets the week off to a great start. Awesome. What is good in viewer retention? Above 2 minutes or 3 minutes? What should we be aiming for? So Alejandro, I like to see as long as possible. That's why we usually will embed a video, even if it's not our video, on the page. That's one of the strategies we use as well. Because if someone comes there, they watch a video, they stay on longer. And then Google looks at that as page views or as how long they stay on a page. But I wouldn't get hung up there. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't, like, I'm not looking at our numbers going like, how do we get it from 3 minutes and 22 seconds to 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 59 seconds? Like, how do we get it there? Like, I'm not going that deep. I would say if you're only getting like 10 seconds and people are jumping, there's a problem, right? So I would say anything a minute and more is good. If anything's less than a minute, that means that they're jumping there and because it's going to take longer than a minute to read the article, right? So if they're coming on the page or your website and they're bouncing real quick, that's usually not a good sign. What strategy did you use to find popular products in your niche? Basically, and we did this in the content creation challenge, is we basically went through and did keyword research for best bass fishing lure, right? And then we let that keyword show us, products that people are recommending. And then we would look at Amazon, whatever. And then we would do 5 best bass fishing lures, and then that would become the post. That's how we're kind of going off of the keyword research. What was your rate of article writing? 3 a week, every day for 2 months, then two times a week. Yeah, in the beginning, we went really, really aggressive. So it was like 4 articles a week. And then we backed off. So I would say for like the first 2 months, we went really aggressive and then we backed off. But I always tell people, don't get in your head that you got to go like 4 articles a week. Do 1 a week right now. Get the process down. And then if you want to ramp it up, ramp it up. How many articles should you aim to have to ensure success in 3 months, 6 months, a year? I mean, it's the more, the better. I mean, think about it. If we go fishing, let's use the fishing analogy, right? Let's go fishing. All right. I'm going to go there and I'm going to cast 1 line in the water and I'm going to sit there and wait. And then I'm going to have a buddy that comes with me and he brings 5 fishing poles and he throws one here. He walks about 10 foot down there. He throws another one over there, walks over a little bit further, and he does that until he gets all 5 lines in the water. Who's got a better chance of catching a fish? Probably him, right? So you're going to increase your chances the more content you put out there on the internet. But with that being said, you can't put out more content just to put out more content and have bad quality. It needs to be good quality. It needs to follow the process. And I always recommend people to just start posting. If you have not yet, and it looks like I lost connection here. If you have not yet, hold on 1 second. Yeah, I lost connection there on that. Hopefully you guys can still see me. If you have not posted yet, start posting. Just start posting, okay? Because that is how you are going to be able to get good at it. You can't worry about like how many until I get here. And it's going to vary on the niche. It's going to depend on, how competitive your keywords are and what you're going after, but you have to just start, right? You can't worry about like, what is that metric, Scott? What is well, I'll tell you what, if you do 2 articles this week and then next week you do 3 and then the next week you do 4, you do that, you just keep repeating that, you're going to have results in about 5.5 months. I don't have that answer. No one has that answer, right? But what I will tell you is if you post content on a regular basis, you're going to get good at it. And then as you get good at it, you're going to be able to probably ramp that up and do 2 articles a week, 2 pieces of content a week. If you build the email list and send to your email list, you're going to get good at it. You got to do the work. You got to actually get started and stop worrying so much about what does it look like in 3 months, 6 months. If you do, and how much, what's the ratio? Like we can't go into that. When is that Pinterest workshop going to be for sale? You're teasing us. Yeah, that and most likely it's inside the academy right now. I'm not quite sure that we will do that outside of that, just because Pinterest is changing all the time. So as of right now, no future plans to release that workshop publicly, but it is available inside the academy. What was your least performing website and what was the reason? I don't know off the top of my head, because I never really actively went after building websites for content up until we did our recent brand that we sold. I didn't really, even my photography website, I wasn't good at it and I didn't understand it at that time. I was building a list, creating content for them and then posting it. And then and then from there, what I was doing was I was just sending it to the list. So I wasn't building it for SEO purposes. So I would say probably that one. But that one there was very successful business. I had a membership in that one and I sold lots of product. So that was a great business, but I didn't get the business necessarily from SEO. I didn't get it from content created. I got it because I built a really engaged list and I shared content with them and they liked it. And then they bought. So that one there, the reason why that didn't do well is because I didn't understand the SEO side of things, the content side. And if I was to do that again, it would be to do exactly what I'm sharing here that I've learned since then. That's be consistent and post content. Chantel, I'm getting about 50,000 page views and surprising 90% of my sessions are new users. Is that good? That's great. Would I want more recurring? No, I mean, you're good. That means new people are finding you all the time. But if you don't have a pop-up, if you don't have something that's capturing leads, email to build your email list, get that thing there now. Like, get that thing built. You can do it right in ConvertKit if you're using ConvertKit. I mean, literally in 5 minutes, we could have that thing built and probably live. So get that thing going if you have 15,000 page views. But yeah, I mean, having, 90% of your sessions, new users is great. Because that means that new people are finding you all the time. So that's great. Alpandra, bro, another gem today on the Coffee Talk. That's what's up. Nice. No, it's good. Yeah, you were watching, you got kicked off. Yeah, I know. It's something going on with the connection with StreamYard and that. Yes, I do have some pop-ups converting at 18%. 18%? You're converting at 18%. So every 100 visitors, you're getting 18 emails. That's insane. So now the next question for you is, what's your email follow-up look like? Are you selling them something on that thank you page? If you're not selling them something on that thank you page, as soon as they opt in, you might want to start working on that. That's some low-hanging fruit there for you. All right. So guys, that is going to wrap up this coffee talk. I hope that this was valuable. And I did actually just post a new video on YouTube. So if you want to go check that out, go to my YouTube channel. You can go to brandcreators.com/YouTube. And if you go there, I wonder, did I create a banner for that? Let's see. Hey, I did. Check that out. If you go to brandcreators.com/YouTube, brand new video up there. And it's a 6-minute video of me showing you and sharing with you 5 different subject lines or subject words, phrases that you should be using to get better opens. And I use some for just everyday emails. And then there's 2 that I use for promotions. So go check that out. Trying to work on the YouTube channel. I'm going to post 1 new piece of content there per week. This is the one for this week. It's my whiteboard training. Go check it out, brandcreators.com/YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, do so. It helps me get more reach, and also share it, like it, comment. Let me know what you think over there on the YouTubes. All right. And we'll be back here on Friday for sure. And Friday, we are going to, let's see here. I'll give you exactly what we're going to talk about on the jam session. And I do have an idea now for another coffee talk, thanks to Salama. But the coffee talk for Friday, which is right here. This is a good one. It's funny. I'm like, oh yeah, I wrote that because I'm planning out my coffee talks about a week and a half. So Friday's jam session is going to be what's better to build an email list with, a giveaway or a lead magnet. All right. So I've got some thoughts there. And that's a question I get a lot. What one is better to start with, the giveaway or the lead magnet? Which one works better? Which one should I use? Is one better than the other? Well, I'm going to share that on the jam session. So that's going to be our talk for Friday. All right, guys. So that is it. That's going to wrap up this Wednesday coffee talk. Do me a favor, though. Share this with someone that you think that would get value. That would be awesome. All right. And we'll see you back here on Friday. All right. Take care, take action, and talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Have a great day.